The forest of Magadha was serene, the air heavy with the scent of sandalwood and blooming jasmine flowers. Ananda knelt before the Buddha, his shoulders slumped, his heart weighed down by an invisible burden he couldn't lift. "Blessed One," Ananda began, his voice trembling, "my efforts seem futile, my flaws unyielding. I feel I will never change." I gathered my thoughts, hesitant to expose the vulnerability I carried like a wound. "When I speak, I fear my words may not be enough, that others may turn away from me. The tree has weathered countless storms, scorching summers, and bitter winters, yet it stands resolute," the Buddha continued calmly. "Master, I am not as resilient as that tree," Ananda replied, his tone heavy with sorrow and self-doubt. When I finished speaking, he raised his hand, gesturing toward a withered tree on the edge of the grove. "Do you see the tree yonder? Its branches frail and its leaves dry?" he asked, his voice steady. "Yes, Master," I replied, following his gaze to the forlorn figure of the tree. "What do you perceive within it? This withered sentinel standing alone amidst the lush grove?" he inquired further. "But Master," Ananda whispered, "my mind is restless. My heart is weary. I am bound by my mistakes and failures." The Buddha nodded, his expression serene yet inscrutable, a reflection of wisdom unclouded by judgment. "Now tell me," he continued, "does this tree lament its barrenness, its solitude among the verdant forest?" "Number, Master," I said, a flicker of curiosity stirring beneath the weight of my fear. "Growth is not a straight path, Ananda. It is a dance of effort, struggle, and gradual awakening," the Buddha explained. "It does not lament because it simply is, accepting its nature without questioning its place," I said slowly. The Buddha's lips curved into a faint smile, a ripple of approval for the understanding I began to grasp. "You cannot always perceive the change within yourself. Yet that does not mean the transformation is absent or unattainable." The Buddha gestured to a cluster of vibrant flowers blooming among the rocks, their petals radiant against the dark stone. "These flowers thrive in harsh conditions, drawing strength from the very struggles they endure to reach their full bloom. Your imperfections, Ananda, are not chains but opportunities for growth and strength. Much like these resilient blossoms," he explained. "But Master," I ventured, my voice trembling with the remnants of doubt, "how can I, unlike the tree, embrace such wisdom?" He turned to me, his gaze unwavering, his presence a balm to the ache within my chest. "Come closer, my child," he said, extending his hand to beckon me nearer to his profound stillness. As I moved closer, he reached out and plucked a brittle leaf from the ground beside him. "Hold this leaf in your hand," he instructed, his tone calm yet firm, inviting no resistance to his request. The forest grew quiet as the disciples who had gathered nearby listened in reverent silence, their hearts touched by the teaching. Ananda bowed low before the Buddha, his spirit stirred, a faint but steady light beginning to illuminate the shadows within. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the forest seemed to exhale. The teachings carried on the breeze like a prayer. Ananda rose, his steps lighter, his heart lifted by the promise of change, the power of transformation within his grasp. The Buddha watched him go, his serene expression unwavering, his presence a beacon of hope and wisdom for all who sought it. That night, beneath the canopy of stars, Ananda lay in meditation, the Buddha's words a lantern illuminating his path to awakening. The journey within had begun, and though the road was long, Ananda felt the stirring of transformation in his soul. Another day, another sunrise painted the sky with hues of gold. As Ananda sat by the river, lost in thought, understand that the approval of others is like the bird, like the leaf. It comes and it goes. It is not a reflection of your essence, your truth, but merely a mirror of their fleeting needs. Master, Ananda began softly. Yesterday I saw a lotus flower, blooming amidst the muddy waters. It left me wondering. The Buddha, seated beneath a towering Bodhi tree, smiled gently, his gaze serene like the stillness of a calm lake. The lotus, Ananda, is a symbol of transformation, rising above the mud to reveal its purity and beauty, he explained. But Master, Ananda hesitated. How does the lotus stay untainted, surrounded by the very mud that nourishes its growth? The Buddha gestured for Ananda to sit beside him, the forest around them alive with the whispers of rustling leaves. Ananda, the lotus does not reject the mud. It accepts it as the source of its strength and vitality. Likewise, you must embrace your imperfections, for they are the fertile ground from which your wisdom and resilience will grow. Remember, the fear of rejection is but an illusion, a shadow that dissipates in the light of understanding. As I rose to leave, I felt lighter, as though the burden I had carried had been lifted from my soul. I walked away from the grove, the withered tree standing as a silent guardian of the wisdom I had gained, and though the fear did not vanish entirely, it no longer held the same power over me as before. Each step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to the light. Just as the lotus reaches for the sun, Ananda listened intently, his spirit absorbing the Buddha's words like parched earth soaking up the first rain of the season. The Buddha continued, your flaws and mistakes are not chains to bind you but lessons to guide you on the path. As the lotus rises above the mud, so too can you transcend your challenges and reveal the purity within yourself. Come closer, my child, he said, motioning for me to sit upon the earth by his side. He gestured toward the village well, its stony silhouette standing amidst the golden glow of the rising sun. Ananda, observe the river. Though the mud clouds its depths, its essence remains unchanged, always flowing toward its destination. In the same way, your true nature remains untainted. Even when doubt and fear momentarily cloud your inner clarity, you must trust the current within you, the inherent wisdom and strength that will guide you through every challenge. Ananda nodded, the analogy of the river resonating deeply within him, offering a glimmer of hope and understanding. The disciples who had gathered nearby listened in silence, their hearts stirred by the profound simplicity of the Buddha's teaching. Precisely, the Buddha affirmed, his voice calm yet resonant, carrying the weight of an eternal truth. Approval from others is like the water within the well, he explained, his gaze unyielding yet compassionate. No matter how much you seek, it can never fully quench the thirst that arises within your spirit. Why, Master? I asked, the yearning for understanding burning brightly within me. Because this thirst cannot be quenched by the world outside you, he said, his tone imbued with unwavering conviction. It is only the waters drawn from the well of your own spirit that can truly sustain you. The journey within, Ananda, requires faith, perseverance, and the courage to face yourself without judgment or fear, the Buddha said. As the lotus blooms in the mud, so too can you find your awakening in the midst of life's struggles. Watch, he instructed, his eyes following the woman's movements as she lowered her vessel into the depths. The vessel emerged filled with water, droplets shimmering like diamonds in the light of the rising sun. That evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Ananda sat by the river once more, reflecting on the day's lesson. The lotus floating gently on the water's surface seemed to mirror his own journey, rising steadily above its muddy roots. So too must your spirit learn to be, the Buddha said, the warmth of his words embracing my restless heart. When you draw joy from the well of your own spirit, you no longer depend on the opinions of others. Another day, another moment of reflection. As Ananda ascended the hilltop where the Buddha had summoned him and the disciples, the horizon stretched wide, its hues shifting from gold to crimson, as if nature itself mirrored the depth of transformation. His teachings flowed over me like the cool waters of the well, extinguishing the flames of my doubt, yet a question lingered, casting shadows across the clarity his words had offered me. The Buddha regarded Ananda with serene eyes, his presence unwavering, like the silent majesty of the stars above. Ananda, transformation is not measured by haste but by sincerity, as even water shapes stone over long cycles of time. Yes, Master, I said, the image of the lotus blooming within my mind, a symbol of beauty and purity. Where does the lotus take root? He inquired, his voice steady, drawing me further into the heart of his teaching. Each moment, its colors shift, yet the change is subtle, unnoticed until the light fully departs. Your transformation is like this sunset, unfolding quietly yet constantly, building toward the light that lies within your awakening. Ananda sat beside the Buddha, his gaze fixed on the horizon, his soul absorbing the wisdom like earth receiving rain. The Buddha motioned toward a stream that trickled nearby, its gentle murmurs blending harmoniously with the whispers of the evening breeze. Look at the stream, Ananda. Its path is not straight, yet it carves its way persistently, guided by an unseen force. Likewise, you must trust the inner current, the wisdom within your heart, to guide you even when progress feels slow. Ananda nodded, the analogy of the stream resonating deeply, as if the Buddha's words had cleared the clouds of his mind. He bent down, his hands cupping the water, and held it aloft, letting it cascade back into the depths. Do you see, my child, how the water returns to its source? Ever replenished, ever flowing? Yes, Master, I said, the rhythm of the water a reflection of the eternal cycle of giving and receiving. Ananda, endurance is nurtured by the roots of perseverance and faith. Without these, even the strongest tree falters in storms. Yet the ocean of your own spirit is boundless, its depths infinite, sustaining you through all of life's storms. The Buddha's teachings, like the ripples within the well, spread outward, touching the farthest corners of my heart. As we walked away from the well, the sunlight bathing the land in its golden embrace, I felt a quiet joy. The fears and doubts that had clouded my thoughts began to dissipate, replaced by the clarity of his wisdom. Your efforts, Ananda, are seeds planted in fertile ground. Their fruits will emerge when the conditions are ready, not before. The Buddha's words, like seeds cast upon fertile ground, took root within me, their growth steady and unyielding. And in the days to come, whenever fear or doubt arose, I would remember the well, the lotus, and the teachings of the Buddha, for within his words lay the truth that would guide me, the light that would lead me, and the peace that would sustain me. Another day, as twilight painted the horizon in hues of amber, I approached the Buddha with a trembling heart. Master, I began, my voice uncertain. My fear of speaking before others paralyzes me, rendering my thoughts scattered and my voice weak. The Buddha turned his serene gaze toward me, his presence a bastion of calm amidst the turmoil of my thoughts. Ananda rose slowly, his heart steadied, his resolve renewed. As he understood the nature of transformation within the trials of life, the Buddha watched him depart, his serene expression unwavering, his presence a beacon of wisdom for those who sought it. The stars emerged overhead, casting their gentle light upon the hilltop, witnessing the transformation taking root within each disciple. Ananda meditated that night, his mind calm yet focused, as the Buddha's teachings illuminated the path within his awakening heart. The journey was long, the road steep, but Ananda felt the power of transformation unfold with each patient step forward. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.